Hello friends, today we are going to see topic in Java like interface. That is very important topic for like point to interview point of view, because in every interview they will be asking question about interface. What is an interface, like why we need interface, so when you will go for interface, and one super hit question like what is the difference between interface and abstract class, like when you will go for interface and when you will go for abstract class. So first I'll try to cover interface, then I'll also try to cover abstract class, and like how we are going to create it, what are the limitations, bindings, like restrictions, and like what are the privileges, like what are the options present for interfaces. So everything we will try to see. Fine. So first I would like to tell you something about interface. So interface is a basic design pattern, and like it's a kind of design pattern, you can say, which can have data members like primitive or non-primitive data type you can put inside the interface, and abstract methods. So here I will give you the concept of abstract method, like what is abstract method. So that is also like a part which I am going to discuss, and like in interface. So whatever the data members you are having, that would be by default public, static, final. Fine. So that would be by default public, static, and final. And one thing about interface, so whatever the members present inside the interface are by default public. So public is like a kind of access modifiers, and whatever the members that would be the part of interface would be by default public. So fine. And in interface you can have main methods inside that, because in Java 1.8 they have allowed static methods, and one like more concept being added like default methods. So default methods, we will see like how we are going to use default methods, and via interface, like when we are going to create interface. So interface is a kind of 100% abstract. It means like whose instance cannot be created, and whatever the methods that will be present inside the interface, that should be 100% abstract. Fine. So, and when we are going for interface, so interface are basically created when we don't have the future implementation of the code knowledge. Say that we don't know that what code should be written, but we are just knowing the methods name, that model would be there which would be having those kinds of methods, and we don't know the code. So at that time, when we are not having the knowledge about coding and just having the knowledge about like the functionality should be like that, say that display, read, or like a gate, whatever the functionality, just you know the name. So it is also a kind of guidelines to the developers, that those methods name in your class should be like this. So they will be having, oh, my method name should be like this, but we have to write the different codes inside the different classes. And one thing about interface I would like to tell, via interface in Java you can achieve the concept of multiple inheritance. Fine. So in class you have seen the concept of inheritance. So at that time via class was only allowing to inherit single class. But via interface you can achieve the concept of multiple inheritance. So we will see this kind of theoretical concept via some examples, so that you will have a kind of look. First, I will show you how to create an interface. Fine, guys. So what you will have to do, you will have to simply create the project. So I guess already being created, and in that src folder, say that there is one package already being created, or I am creating here in my Java, right, in Java programs. Yeah, let me create one new package, and package name I am giving interface demo. You can give any name, fine, and I am clicking here finish. So I have created one package here, and right click here and go to new, and then you will see the option of interface. So interface symbol is I. So whenever you are seeing the I symbol, it means it's an interface. Where it is going to create, just see, this is the project name, this is the src folder name, and package name is this, like this, interface demo, and name of the interface, like similar, whatever the rules were applied for class, you just need to follow the same rule. I am just giving the name interface demo, fine. These and these are not coordinated, you can give any name. It's just for understanding purpose, I am giving the name interface demo, fine. And now I am clicking on finish. See the symbol what is coming over here, I, and package name is interface demo, and this is the name of interface. So you have created one interface, fine. And what you can do inside the interface, so similar like class, you can have the data member and you can have the methods. But for data members, you have to see something like that. Say that I have written int x and put the semicolon. So it is going to give me error. Fine. And it is saying like that the blank final x may not have been initialized. It means this is final variable, and final variable should be initialized. So you have to initialize here. Fine. So by default it is public, static and final. Public, it means it can be accessed outside the interface. Static, it means only one copy would be present, and final, it means the value one assigned that cannot be changed throughout the program. Fine guys. And I can have one more variable, say that int y equal to 200. So one thing I should write here, the variables inside the interface is by default public. This is interview question, so you should know about this, because in every interview, I can say 9 out of 10 interviews, they will be going to ask that what is an interface in Java. So you have to simply say interface is a kind of design pattern. Public, static, final. So what is the data members? That should be public, static and final. PUB, fine. And now about methods. So how you are going to define methods? Say that void temp, I have just given the name, and just semicolon, fine. So this is called by default public and abstract method. So this is like public and static method, fine. So this is like designing of interface. Like suppose that I want to design one more method. So it's allowed here. You can design as many of methods. Like I have designed here temp one. Fine guys. Now, so design part has been completed. So this is the basic design, and these are methods are called like abstract method, but these methods are public abstract method. Fine. So these are like abstract method, and abstract method in interview they are going to ask you, can an abstract method be overridden? So answer is yes, abstract method is always defined to override. Fine. So this is called like a declaration of the methods, and in the class you will have to write the code for that. So we will also see the concept of implementing the interface into a class. Fine guys. So this is basic one example like how we are going to design an interface. One more concept I would like to give you, like inside an interface, you can have a class. Inside an interface, you can have an interface as well. So it's allowed in Java. Fine. I repeat, inside an interface, you can design interface. Inside an interface, you can also design class. Say that I'm just for demo purpose creating one class. I'm giving here num temp4 so that to avoid confusion. Fine. And this is like a class, and inside interface you can also design interface hello, curly bracket open and close. You can write something as per your requirement. Just for demo purpose I am saying that inside an interface it is allowed. So this is also interview question, that's why I am going to explain you. Can we have a class inside interface? So answer is yes. Can we have interface inside interface? So answer is yes. Fine. So this is like for demo purpose I have given the concept. And more concept I would like to give a interface cannot have any constructor. Similar like class, it cannot have any constructor. So there is no concept of constructor inside the interface. But you can have the main method inside the interface. Say that you have written here main. Just control space bar. So it's allowed because you can see no compile time error is coming. And I am just putting here CISO. Control space bar. Hello. Right click, run as Java application. You can see here output is coming, right? So output coming is due to this. To avoid confusion I am just changing and again running. You can see output is changing, right? Output is changing. So these are like basic concept of interface. And one more concept I would like to give you, like interface can have default methods. In Java 1.8 they have allowed to add default method inside an interface. So how to use default method? By a default keyword. Default void method 1, right? So what is the use of default method? Earlier in Java 1.7 it was said that you can have only abstract method. Abstract method means you cannot write the code for that. But for default method you can write the code for that here. Fine. Say that I am just copying and pasting it here. So this is one more concept, and you can have multiple default methods as per your requirement. There is no restriction that you cannot have more than one like default method. And you can also have multiple static methods inside the interface. So suppose that you want more static methods, so you can design here static void method 2. Just I am copying it. Fine. So you can see here the concept that we can have default methods inside the static block. We can have the static methods inside the link interface. So default method is also allowed and a static method is also allowed inside the interface. So this is also one static method, this is one static method, and this is like default method. So this is also interview question. They will be asking you, can we have a static method inside an interface? So answer is yes, we can have, and as many as we need, we can design it. So what is the like benefit of a static method and default method? The benefit number one is that the default methods, via default method, you can have non-abstract method, like interface can have a non-abstract method concept. By default, whatever the methods inside the interface are 100% abstract. But via this keyword, default keyword, if you are applying default keyword, so you can write the code inside the interface. Fine. So you can have non-overridden method concept inside the interface. And one more thing about default method and a static method. The default method and a static method cannot be overridden into the child class. Fine. Default method and static method cannot be overridden into the child class. So this is also a very good concept, and so like these are the basic definition of interface which I wanted to show you. Now I will come to that point, that how we can use interface. Fine. How we can use interface. So this is the design pattern, but design has to be implemented or used. So how we are going to use that? So for using, I will like go for one simple definition, not making too much complex, because it's already being like lengthy and it will be difficult for you when you will use it in inheritance. So I will design one simple like interface, right? Let me design new interface. Say that I am designing a web driver file. Fine guys. Just for demo purpose, I am like defining a web driver file. Finish. So I have got here, and just for demo purpose, I am defining here. Say that get method. And I have to give the return type. So by default, this method is abstract, right? This method is abstract method. So I will design one more method interface here. I will design one more method here. Find elements. Fine. So just for demo purpose, I am creating like this is the interface, and we have two abstract method here. Now to use this interface, how I am going to use that? So for using that, I will have to design one more class. So class name I am giving here, say that not Firefox, let me Chrome, CHROME, Chrome driver 5. I'm just taking name for demo purpose, and yeah, this I don't require public static void main because I want to use interface concept. Let me click on finish, and after that what I have to do, I want to create parent and child relation. So this is my parent and this is my child. So how? This is interface, this is class. So for class, you know how to create parent and child relation, but for interface, how we can create parent and child relation? So what will you will have to do in the child class? You will just have to use the keyword implement. Fine. So via this keyword implements, you can create parent and child relation between interface and class. So your interface name is WebDriver5. Let me copy it from here. Fine. And now it is showing me error, some compilation error, that you have some unimplemented methods. So add here. So I will just clicking here. Now I have added unimplemented methods. So these methods are coming from this parent interface. Fine. So this is my parent interface and this is my child class. So I have created parent child relation. This is my parent and this is my child. So I can write here the code as per my choice. Fine. So here in the child class, parent unimplemented methods should be defined. Defined means you have to write the code, something code, or you can also put blank, because curly bracket it means you are putting some definition. So this is also fine, but let me put some dummy kind of code so that you should have some kind of idea. Fine. Just let me copy this and let me paste it here. Fine. So my design part is complete and my implementation part is also complete. Fine guys. And now how you are using, say that you are using like Firefox driver class, Chrome driver class. So how you are using that? You are simply creating the object of this child class and just creating the reference of parent class that you already know. So this is the concept you can use. So that I have designed one more class. My class name is, say that, hello demo. Just for demo purpose, I have created one class and here my main method is present. Fine. In my main method, I want to use both. Fine. This is my interface, this is my class, and I want to use both. So how I am going to do that? Simply the name of class and creating object. So this is the rule. You will have to create one object of the child class, and via that, or say that I am giving the name as driver for easy purpose, or let me give name driver5 to avoid confusion. New Chrome driver and just giving the name like that. So this is one way. Since this is parent, this is child, what you can do, you can simply copy and paste it here again. Say that this time let me give as name 6 and use this name WebDriver. See here. So this is like the child class reference and child class object. So purpose of this demo is to make you understand like how you are using WebDriver driver equal to new Firefox driver. So similarly, they have implemented in the similar way. You can design your own class, your own methods in the similar way. But the Java person have designed in such a way that you can use it in this way. So these both are allowed. Fine. So similarly, I have implemented the similar like concept, just have like changed the name and bit similar. Now you can see if I am using, say that driver 6 dot, you can see the methods which were present and from where it is coming? It is coming from WebDriver 5. The get method is also coming from WebDriver 5. So if you want to use, you can use these methods like find element. You can also use like get method. Fine. And now try to run. And you can see here what the code I have written in that this one, it is coming over here, right? You can see, you can compare that from where it is coming. So similarly, like this is the concept which you can use in your classes, or you should know, at least if you are not using, then you should know how to implement your interface. And more thing about interface, like I would like to explain you that via interface you can achieve the concept of multiple inheritance. Via interface you can achieve the concept of multiple inheritance. So how you are going to do that? So we can do that in two ways. We can do that in two ways. Fine. So how? So for that demo, I will have to design one more interface. Say that I am just copying it. WebDriver 5, copy and paste. Paste it here. Because I have to show you the concept of multiple. And let me one more paste. You can see here, this is WebDriver 5, this is WebDriver 6, this is WebDriver 7. This is WebDriver 5, this is WebDriver 6, this is WebDriver 7. And to avoid confusion, I am just like changing the name so that you don't like have any confusion. So WebDriver 5 is fine. Let me change the name as 6. Say that it is coming from 6, it is coming from 7. Just to avoid confusion for demo purpose. So now we have three interfaces, WebDriver 5, WebDriver 6 and WebDriver 7. Fine. And you can see here, this is my class where I have implemented one interface. If you want to achieve the concept of multiple inheritance via interface, so simply put comma. Fine. And whatever the interface you want, you just need to call it. Say that one is 6, na? It's very simple. I just copy and paste it. Just comma and now 7. Again I am getting the errors. So what is the error? Unimplemented methods. Just click here and you will get the entire list. So you will have to write the code for that. So it is like saying that create super type. So just click here so that it should have something like that, because it was giving you error. So just to like use the concept of multiple inheritance, I have shown you this example. So you can achieve the concept of multiple inheritance via this. And one more concept I want to show you, like this is done. You can write the code as per your requirement. And now say that, so this is like WebDriver 5, this is WebDriver 6 and this is WebDriver 7. So what you want to do, you want to make the inheritance between interfaces. So via class and via interface, you have seen the concept of parent-child class or like inheritance. But here I want to show you the inheritance concept like among the interfaces. All three are interfaces. So there is one more concept in Java. If you want, you can like inherit the mix the parent, any one parent or any one child in Java. So for interfaces, multiple inheritance are allowed. You know it. So there one more rule applies here. what I want to do, I just copy and paste. Let me copy and paste. And let me the give name, change the name at 8. Fine guys. Here, this is the child, and want all three are parent. All three are parent. So how you can do that? Via extends keywords. Via extends keyword, you can make the multiple parents of interfaces. So parent name is WebDriver 5, 6 and 7, right? One is 5, comma 6, comma 7. You can see here. So this is very important interview question. In multiple interviews they will be asking, can we extend or like inherit multiple interfaces into a single interface? So answer is yes, it is allowed in Java. We can extend, and there is one like more the point to be noted. When you are inheriting the same type of thing, it means interface, then you should use extend. If it is class and class, then you should use extends keyword. And if this side is interface, this side is class, so you should use implements. Fine. And one more rule applies here. You cannot like inherit a child into interface, but you can inherit a interface into a class. You cannot inherit a class in interface. Rule, this is very important rule, because in interview they will be asking, like I have been asked this question, can we like inherit a class in an interface? So answer is no, but you can inherit a interface, you can inherit an interface into a class. Fine. So you can inherit interface into the interface, you can inherit interface to the class. Fine. So if there is similar kind of parent and child, so extend keyword is there. But if like parent is interface and child is class, so you should use like implements keyword similarly, because this was class and this was like interface, this was interface. So here I was using implements. This point should be noted. This is very important point. And interview, like they will try to confuse you. Fine. Maybe they will be saying it should be extends or implements. So don't confuse. If this side should be like interface, this side could be interface or class. Both are allowed. Remember, left side either class or interface. Both are allowed, but right side always interface should be there for class, but class should be there for class. Fine. For class both are allowed. For class both are allowed. Fine. So points to be remembered. If this side is class, this side is class, so that is fine. This side is interface, this side is class, so that is also fine. But this side interface, this side class is not allowed. Remember this thing. Fine. So this is like a very important interview question, and like most confusing thing. And in interview, I guess that is enough. Like this is very good concept about interface. If you are able to answer this much of concept, then I think like the interviewer will be quite impressed with your answers. Yeah, that's fine. Remember these things. If interface is parent and interface is child, so that time you should use extends keyword. If parent is interface and child is class, then you should use implements keyword. If parent is class and child is also class, then you should use extends keyword. Fine. So it means similar kind of parent and similar kind of like child, then you should use extends keyword. But if parent is interface and like child is class, then only implements keyword is used in Java. So this was like basic very important interview question which I have explained. And fine, that's fine. Now I will try to move into TestNG for more concept. In last session, I have like discussed something about TestNG, and where I have discussed about depends on methods concept. I guess I remembered, and like multi parallel execution I have discussed. Let me open the topic.
Hello, Rajiv.
Yes, who is this?
Rajiv, can you explain that annotation, override annotation is directly coming?
Yeah, this one. You can remove it, no
Uh,
problem. That's a by default
but
annotations in Java, but you can remove it.
uh,
It's that
can you explain?
it's the annotation by default it is given, but it is optional. You can remove it. That is not compulsory. It's just like you, if you are the user, you should able to know that this method is coming from the parent. So that's the only thing. This is the our like abstract method. So for abstract method, by default, override keyword or annotation is by default coming. You can remove it, no
Okay,
problem. Fine.
okay, okay,
But
okay,
without that, you will have a kind of confusion from where this method is coming. You are defining it here, or whether it is coming from the parent. Suppose that I have removed, then how you will come to know from where it is coming? Fine. So there is one another way. You can directly hold the control button and click on this method. So this is another way. Fine.
okay, okay, Raj. Thank you.
So this is optional. Without also this, like without this also you can proceed. No problem. So now I'm going to touch few more things in test engine. Test engine demo, right? In last session, I have discussed about depend depends on methods. Fine. So this I have already discussed. Priority I have already discussed, and few annotations I have already discussed in test engine, right? Like at the rate test, at the before test, something like that. No, before test not. Before methods I have already discussed, and one is like after shoot. Already I have given one demo on that, but that is like a very simple demo. I'll try to cover more on that. Priority I have already discussed. Timeout I have already discussed. Before method I have discussed, right? So before method, after method, before class, after class. So enabled is equal to true. I'll always run is equal to true. Depend on methods I have discussed. I'm just trying to recall like up to what I have covered. So this concept I have already discussed. Thread.get ID, current thread.get ID I've already discussed, and that's fine. Yeah, fine. So today we are going to see more concepts on like case grouping concepts. So there is one concept in TestNG via that you can group your test case. Grouping like is a concept designing pattern in TestNG via which you can like group your test case. It means suppose that you have like 100 of test case. You have 100 of test case. Just consider a scenario and say that you want to run only 20 test cases. You want to run only 20 test cases, not the entire test suite. So how you are going to do that? So it's pretty simple. You just need to group those test cases into a single group. Fine. And like one test case can be the part of multiple groups as well. You can create as many as groups in test ng, and via grouping concept, if you want to run a particular group, so you should call the particular groups. Fine. So only those group methods should be like called or run. So to achieve the concept of grouping, what I'll do, I will design one group concept over here. And let me, yeah, I can take it, copy and paste, copy and paste. I'm giving it name as it, and let me remove the unwanted things. Here I want to copy and paste it plus and then paste it, and let me remove this. Fine. And let me remove this, and let me give the name as test case underscore 101. Now that would be fine. Good name, or like 1001. Let me give name as this one. So my design pattern is like for one test case is okay. Now what I want to do, I want to copy and paste it and create multiple groups. Just copy and paste it. Say that this is 1. Let me give the name as 2. Let me give this name as 3. Let me give the name as 4. And let me give the name as 5. Say that as of now, if you will run, what will happen? 2, 3, 4, 5. One spacing I am giving. If I will run this, you can see what the output is coming. All the test cases are running. All the test cases are running. So what I will have to do, I will have to use the concept of groups. Fine. So there is one concept like a group. See here, it's like coming as group as sanity. And here I am giving the name of group as just a second. Yeah. Copy. This is also insanity. Last one is also insanity. Now if I will run, still there is no change. You can see over here, still there is no change. So how you can use the concept of group? How you can use the concept? This is like design pattern. You have designed the group, fine. You have designed the group, but how to use the group concept? So simply you can go to like google.com, and what you will have to do, you will have to configure the groups. You will have to configure the group in your testng.xml file. So simply I am creating one XML file based on this. First let me rename the older one because it would be overridden. Say that 7. I'm just giving the name as something like that to avoid the confusion. Refresh. So these are my older test.ng file. What I will do, I will just create one right click and go to test.ng, convert it to test.ng. Fine. And I will click here on finish. And because of this line of code, testng.xml, one testng.xml will be created. You can see here. And here I have to design the group concept. Like class is fine, but one grouping feature you will have to add to run the particular test case. Because as of now, if you will run this, right click, run as testng show. So there will be like no change in the output. Same output you are going to get. All 5 test cases are running. But you want to run the particular group because in your group you have like out of 5 test cases, 3 test cases are into one group. So I want to run only this group test case. So how I am going to do that? Simply you have to go to Google and you have to like find the configuration of testng.xml for group. How to use group in testng.xml. Simply go to any tutorial, you will like get the script for that. Simple, fine. So this is the script which you are going to get. This is the code, just copy it, come to your, either you can put up or down, no problem, that's fine. So these are like XML tag, and here you will have to define the name of your group. So your group name is sanity. Fine. Now if I will run here from testng.xml, right click and run as testng shoot. So this time you can see only 3 test cases are running. In the output you can see only 3 test cases are running. 1 number, 3 number and 5 number. Number 001 it is running, like number 2 not running, number 3 running, number 4 is not running, and number 5 it is running. So you can get the concept in similar way. This is like designing and using the group. It's pretty simple. Say that you have more test case. Let me design some more test case so that I can give you some more example. So here it's 5 was there. Let me rename it 6. Let me rename it 7. And let me rename it 8. Now I'm going to give the name of group here. Earlier it was not in any group, right? It was not the part of any group. So let me give the name as integration testing. Integration GRATIM, and copy this and just change the groups where you want to put integration. And here what I will do, I will intentionally write it into multiple groups. Say that INTEGRA integration. So if there are multiple, I have already told you that you have to put it into curly bracket. See. So this is like design pattern you will have to follow. So this design pattern has been completed. Design pattern has been completed. My test case number 8. Like last test case is the part of both group. And like other, I have alternatively I have designed like sanity integration, then sanity integration, and then sanity is also there, then integration is there, and this is that part of sanity integration. So these are like I have designed in such way, but while running in the testng.xml, to achieve the concept of groups, you just need to control it from testng.xml. Just right click here, and go to run as test-ng should. So as of now, you can see, so what the test cases are part of your sanity group, that is only running. So how many are running? 1, 3, 5, 56 and 8. 1, 3, 5, 56 and 8. So by mistake I have given the name as 56 someone. You can see one number sanity is there, then go to 3 number sanity is there, then 5 number sanity is there, then 56 something like 56 it is also sanity, and after that 8 number. So 8 number is part of both the groups, either of sanity or either of integration. It is the part of both the groups. Fine. So in both condition it is going to run. Either you are going to call sanity, either you are going to call integration. So in both condition it is going to run. Let me rename this one. So now it is fine, like I have designed, and suppose that I want to use both groups. So how you are going to do that? Simply include, just copy and paste it, and integration you can copy and paste it, because like it's a case sensitive, so that's why I'm like trying to do that. Now I'm going to run. So you can see here all are running, and but the test case which was the part of both the group, it was not running. It is not running in 2 times. It is running only 1 times. You can see here. So this is one good concept. You can see in which order they have executed. By default, natural sorting order working on the basis of alphabets. I hope this is like pretty clear of designing the group and using the group. And say that, so grouping design and like using part is complete, but you can also run your group on the basis of parallel. As of now you can see, so let me maximize. So all timings are coming same. So parallel execution, it is, yeah, you can get it from this one, because parallel execution is not given, because first I have used ID. This is only to give you idea whether it is executing in parallel or sequential. So as of now it is executing in sequential fashion, because all IDs, thread IDs are coming as 1111. Suppose that you want to use your groups into the parallel fashion. So how you are going to use that? Simply parallel equal to, no, it's not for group, right? So it's for not for group. So group is not allowed. Only classes, methods, and like test are allowed. So for parallel grouping is not allowed. So you cannot run your groups in parallel, but you can like run in this way. So one more concept, and one more concept about group I want to give you, that is dependency. So dependency factor is there, and you can use that factor in your group. Say that I have just copied one more simple test case, and I'm going to give it as name as 9, right? And it is not the part of any group, but I want to make dependency. I want to make dependency that it should run when a particular group has been successfully executed. So you can like use that thing here. DEPEND depends on groups equal to it, and group name. Say that I am using integration. So might be like a spelling error or something, capital small error. You can get it. So it should be depends on groups. Simply click here and it will be automatically corrected. Don't bother for that. So this I have put it in the test case number 9, but I have put some condition. This will run only if my integration test case has been successfully run. Fine. So let me run this, not this one, right? Run as test-ng. So you can see here my test case number depends on groups. So that's fine. It should run now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's something wrong. Integration depends on groups. Integration. I think no, it's nothing error is there, but I will have to check like why it is not running. It should run now. Maybe some mistake I'm doing in coding, but yeah, I think mistake is because I'm running it from test-ng XML, right? So that's why it is not coming. Might think. Let me run it from here and let me check. So here you can see it is running and coming over here. You can see here. So it will run. It will run only if integration groups, all the test case for integration groups has been successfully run. Suppose that intentionally I am creating some kind of error in any one of integration test case. Say that int x equal to 100 divided by 0. Intentionally I am creating an error. So say that when it will come to test case number 7, it will fail. So it has failed. So at that time, it will not successfully run. So I guess it should not run. This test case should not run. Let me run this. So this is coming as escape. You can see here, this is coming as escape, not green. It means it has not run. Because of test case number 7, which was the part of integration groups. So it's a dependency factor is there. Dependency, it means it will only run if this group, all the test case will run successfully. Say that there is one scenario that your like a senior person told you, I want a confirmation message that my all the test case of a particular group has successfully run. So that kind of code you can design in this kind of method. Fine. So one confirmation message will be displayed that this group has been successfully run. So suppose that if there is any error in any of the like test cases, so at that time this will be like coming as skip. It means there was something error and you can simply go and check, oh, test case number 7 was having some kind of error. Now you should remove this, or now again try to run this. Fine. And here in test-ng, like a group concept you have used, you can also consider like methods concept that I will show you. I think methods concept I have shown or not shown, not sure about that. I have shown you, no, I have shown, I guess. I have shown you classes, I have shown you packages, I have shown you methods as well. Let me like rename this. I want to show you the concept of methods. Refactor rename. So this is my test case. Fine. What I want to do, I want to show you the concept of methods. So how you are going to use them. Right click, test-ng, convert to test-ng. Here you are not getting like classes and packages only are coming. Just go to finish. This is your test ng, right? So this is your test suite you have seen here, and inside the test suite you will write the code that in the testng.xml file. It's simple, not very much tough, and you can have this concept also. Simply I will go on Google, take the help of Google, how to call methods in testng.xml. Go to any link, no problem. You can simply find how you can call the methods now. First you have to call the class, then you have to call the methods. So simply like in test, you can copy this line of code. Fine. Test, you can copy this line of code, come here and paste it here, and just update what are the class and what are the package. So class name here is this one. So right click, refactor, rename. I'm just giving you demo how you can write and design your own something like that. That's why I've already removed that. So class name, after dot your class name should be there, and before dot your package name should be there. So name of your package is com. Your name of the package is com. And methods. Which are the methods of this class you want to call? Fine guys. Which are the methods of this class you want to call? Just focus on this. So that's why I've given a space. So this is like exclude and exclude concept. Fine. Exclude means don't run. Exclude means don't run. Include means run it. Suppose that someone told you that I don't want to run 5 methods. So simply you can enable is equal to false. That it could be one case. You can go and mark your test case enable, or in the testng.xml you simply exclude that method. So via this also you can control it. Let me remove this one because I will first I will use include. Let me remove it through. Here you have to just call the method name. So go to your testng class and just call the method name. So method name is this. So what will happen? First let me explain. This is your test suite you have designed in such way. This is your class name. This is your package name. This is your class name. Fine guys. And in that class you want to run only one method. You want to run only one method. So you have simply called one method. If you will remove this, all the methods would be run. If you will include this, like only one method would be called. So simply run it from here. Right click, run as testng suite, and see the output. How many methods run here? Only one. How many methods run? Only one. So pretty simple, not very tough. And this is test case 1, and let me call exclude. Say that I have used include and exclude. By default I have include only one. So how you are going to get the result? run as, you are again getting the output as same. Because exclude means out of so many methods, just exclude only one method. Say that I am removing include. So if this time I will run, I should hope all should be there. Exclude only number 2. So you can see number 2 is not there. So this is one concept in which you can achieve skipping of a particular test case or disabling of the particular test case. So these are like basic configuration which you can use in your test engine. So test engine is basically used for configurations. Whatever you have learned in Java, whatever you have learned in Selenium, so those you have to design your test cases in similar fashion. It's a kind of design pattern test engine. It's provide you facility to design your framework that in the coming session we will also see. So today I will just give the summary what you have come to know uh, about interfaces in Java. That topic I covered, and in TestNG I have covered like groups concept. In last session I have covered the concept of depend on methods. Today I covered groups, how to design group, how to use group, how to call group, how to make dependency between the groups. So this concept today you have used, and one more concept I would like to give you, like say that parallel is equal to methods. So methods is their class, right? If you are not giving like thread count, so what will happen out of your all the methods, so whatever the methods you have designed, all are going to run there. Right click and all will be running in the parallel. That I will show you. Just come to the console and the starting number is 9. So if it is starting is 9, it means the parallel execution has been done. Fine. So, and this was like separate now, so that's why it is coming 9, again 9 for this was coming as separate. So that's, and these are the groups, so that was 9, 10, 11. You can see 9, 10, 11 twice repeated. You can have a look on your own local system, you can explore more things, and I have tried to cover a lot of things, and you can also explore a lot of things. And that's it for today. I think I have covered a lot of topics today. Try to do the lab at your own home. Thank you guys, thank you for today's joining sessions. If anyone has any question, they can ask.